we have a very relatable inquiry slash situation slash venting out from one of our subscribers. So I'm gonna read it out and make some commentary on it, I guess. Hey Saeed, I just need to get this out of my mind. See, that's why I called it a venting out. It's more like a venting out because we have our own solutions to our own problems, we have our own answers, and talking to others helps you clarify things for yourself. That's why I advocate speaking out loud to yourself, because everybody is you. It's all you. So you can either talk to this you or to other yous to get a clear picture or to release something. So, hey Saeed, I just need to get this out of my mind, and I don't have many friends that I can be open with. Well, the absolute love of my life, the light of my fucking world, she left me the other day, completely out of nowhere. We were together for 2 years and as happy as can be. She was the only person I would talk to and expect a response from, as I am very alone. And out of nowhere, she says she's overwhelmed, said goodbye, and blocked me on everything. So I have zero way to contact her. I wouldn't feel as hurt if I was even slightly prepared. Yep, she caught you off guard there. And got to give a proper goodbye. But no, she's gone. Gone. It feels like a part of me is dead. I'm now left with my horrible thoughts and I just don't know where to go from here. I have nothing, Saeed. I am so defeated. I saw your video on how to get over a heartbreak. And I'm gonna use it as an inspiration, but I just don't know how I can get over this hurt. I thought she was my forever. Anyway, thank you for being so great. I should say we were together for 2 years and separated because we were young and dumb. And even back then, I knew she was the one. 3 years later, this happened. I thought, wow, this is the universe bringing her back, improving my thoughts, just for it to be destroyed. I feel like it was a big prank from the universe trying to break me. This feels like a test. I think you hit it on the nail there at the end. Some your higher wisdom you got channeled in the vent, in the rant, right? It's true. You said it yourself. I thought, wow, this is the universe bringing her back, improving my thoughts, just for it to be destroyed. So this is you got the three heads, the three godheads in the Hindu tradition. You have Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Brahma is the creator god, Vishnu is the preserver god, Shiva is the destroyer god. They're all three different aspects. This is the Holy Trinity. The three different aspects of the one infinite creator, the one infinite intelligence. So everything in this world is that way. Everything comes to be, everything is preserved for some time, and everything gets destroyed. Now let's suppose that you and this girl, the love of your life, what was it? The love of my life, the light of my fucking world. I like that. So let's suppose that you guys were still together and as happy as ever, and you moved in together, and you had cute babies and all that. At some point or other, one of you would drop dead. Okay, drop your body. One of you at some point or other. Even if both of you become breatharians and you live to be like 500 years, at some point. So it's just simply put, the preservation period is longer. So if you stay together, both of you, say until age 100, you died. So the preservation period of this dream, it just got stretched out. This particular dynamic got stretched out from now, what? It's like 5 years. You said, I think you were with her, and then 3 years later, you broke up. Then 3 years later, you stayed together. So let's say now it's the preserver god 5 years with some destruction in between, Shiva, right? So actually, the first relationship you guys had came to be, got created, got preserved for a little while, got destroyed, and then again got created, got preserved for a little while, and now it's destroyed. And who knows, you might go into another cycle. You probably, that's what you hope at the moment, and you could. You have to be open to all possibilities. So, but even if you two stay together forever, there's no such thing as forever in Maya, right? At some point, Shiva would come in and would do the Shiva dance and destroy it for something else more evolved, a different experience to occur. Okay, and you said it yourself. You said, I feel like it was a big prank from the universe trying to break me. This feels like a test. So many things I could say to you here. First of all, let's acknowledge your emotions right now. That has to be acknowledged, because if that's not acknowledged, nothing that I say or anybody says or you hear is going to make a difference. It's like one of those things. I know, like, I know I shouldn't be eating hamburgers and cookies, but god damn it, those were my favorite foods growing up. Every day after school, hamburger and cookies. I can't, I'm too emotionally attached to this, right? So you can hear all you want, but it's not gonna do much. You're still gonna eat the hamburger and the cookies. So you get, let's just acknowledge that before maybe sharing some wisdom here. Let's acknowledge that right now you're deeply hurt. I mean, like, it's a sudden thing that happened. I think she owes you an explanation, like communication. Just when I say an explanation, like, hey, I'm not feeling good right now, I need to be on my own, kind of thing. But yeah, pulling the plug like that, that's not the coolest of moves. I sympathize with you there. It's not the coolest of moves. But that also tells you and tells me that she's really going through something internally right now, that she had to just pull the plug like that, right? So definitely, that's why you gotta be happy in your own presence, because if you're happy in your own presence, in your aloneness, you won't pull shit like that. You'll be considerate of others. You'll be communicative, most importantly, right? And so that's why the communication is very important. But that's pretty heartbreaking to just have it happen like that, right? I'm sure if there was a build up to it, if there was some communication, you would feel hurt, but you would feel it's a hurt with understanding. Like if she talked to you and if she said, well, this is how I'm feeling, we gotta break up, and you would have been like, whatever, right? At least you would have got closure. And when we don't get closure, it's like you're left with more, questions, and so your mind begins to go on a wheel, and it begins to fire all over the place, questioning what's going on. Well, what happened? What did I do? Right? So it's definitely not the coolest of moves that she's done, but that just shows me that she really has some things that she has to work with at the moment also, and she needs her own space. And yeah, if we were all happy in our own presence, we wouldn't pull shit like that on each other, you see. So this is, I talked about this before in my video Fuck Society, the pitfalls of being in relationships without first having fully embraced the aloneness, fully embraced your own presence. So what happens is when two people come together that haven't fully embraced their own presence, have fully embraced the moment, shit like that happens. This is exactly what I talked about in that video. Exactly. This is exactly what it is. You have two people that are not fulfilled in their own presence coming together, creating a codependent relationship, and then that's what happens. Lack of communication, feelings of total heartbreak when one person withdraws their love, right? So so it's very important for us to be totally embracing of the moment, totally embracing of our own presence, totally joyful of things as they are. And that's a big lesson for you right now. It's something you're gonna have to work with. Remember John Lilly's quote, cosmic love is absolutely ruthless and highly indifferent. It teaches its lessons whether you like them or not. And something tells me here that you and her also, you are not comfortable in your own presence. You haven't embraced the all oneness, the aloneness, the all oneness, and you have been escaping that in one way or another. Maybe you use this relationship to escape the aloneness, because you did mention that you feel alone. And maybe you use this relationship to escape that instead of, because look, every relationship out there, straight up, I'm just gonna shoot from the hip, every relationship out there that involves the masculine, feminine, so a man and a woman, or even in same sex, but because even same sex relationships, in that dynamic, there is a polarity there. There's a masculine and feminine. So every relationship that involves the play of the masculine and the feminine should be purely playful. Playful. It's just the divine playing with itself. If it's anything more than playful, if the playfulness of it, the dance of the divine, if that's not the fuel of the relationship, the playfulness of it, the dance of it, then inevitably attachments are going to occur, expectations are going to occur, clinging is going to occur, dependency is going to occur. And the only way a relationship can unfold itself in a playful manner is if the two participants of that dance are fully fulfilled in their own presence. So right now is your opportunity to dig deep within you and reach that state of fulfillment. There are different degrees of it, but you understand what I'm saying. It's very important now for you to do this work. This is what Cosmic Love wants you to learn, amongst, I'm sure, other lessons, but as far as I see it here, from what I can gather, from the message, you mentioned it yourself, right? You did say it yourself. You said, I feel alone, I don't have anyone to talk to, but she was there for me. There we go. Go watch my video, Fuck Society. It's the best video I ever made. Go back, it's not that old, maybe a month or two. Just go through the videos, or just type in Saeed Mobayed's Fuck Society on YouTube. It'll pop up there. Watch it, understand what I said there. Understand what I said about the pitfalls of communities, the pitfalls of relationships, and how most of, I think I said in the video something like 98 or 99% of all human relationships are codependent relationships. It's true. It's true. If you think you're the only one right now experiencing this, think again. Think again. Think again. No, you're not. Most human beings are in codependent relationships of all dynamics. Of all dynamics. Whether it's a romantic type, whether it's a friendship. Well, friendships are less susceptible to this. Romantic relationships are very susceptible to creating codependency. Because what happens in that relationship is you begin to merge with another person, and then you mistaken the map for the territory. What do I mean you mistaken the map for the territory? So that experience of, love, merging, oneness. I love you. You're the, what is it? You are the light of my fucking world, right? I mean, boom. Like, you love the person, you do anything for them, right? Now, that experience of love is their territory, not the person. The person is another dream character. It's you, basically, in just another form. Dancing with itself, God dancing with itself, consciousness dancing with itself in one form and another form, to bring itself. So this is the map. You and the other person are, it's like you come together, both of you are the map, and through this experience of merging, you go into the territory, which is that experience of bliss, that experience of joy, that experience of love. If you and you probably go into your memory and remember a time where you made love and it was so beautiful. Now, track your actions and your behavior after. So the next day, and then in the next few days. Now, I guarantee you there's going to be something there they're going to pick up on. Is that you were very happy, very joyful. you were sharing this love that you were sharing with your sweetheart, with the light of your fucking world. You were sharing that love with probably everyone else around you. You were sharing it with your friends. You were sharing it with the strangers, with the cashiers, with, all the people that you encounter. Definitely. And that's the healthy way to go on about this, actually, is to channel even that love that we experience in romantic relationships, and channel it into agape, universal love. And so if you actually track your actions and behavior after, you will see that you are just a very loving person towards all. That's the territory. That's the divine love. That's the divine love. The play that we play with each other in these romantic relationships, is to get us to that agape, the universal love. So, clearly this was a codependent relationship. I do not doubt for a minute that you two loved each other. Not for a minute, not for a second. But that love, clearly, was also obstructed by mutual, I'm sure, a mutual, and don't judge yourself for this. I'm just trying to make you see the predicament that not only are you in, but literally 99% of all humans. There are extremely rare relationships out there that exist that are not codependent. It's a very rare thing. It's possible, but it's rare, okay? Because we're so identified with our humanity, and we're so deprived of love in a world that is so ruthless, and not the cosmic love ruthless. It's ruthless in the way it's designed, in the way the matrix is, it's engineered. It's engineered so that there is the least amount of love flowing around. This is why there are many wanderers on this planet right now, also known as starseeds, that come from these dimensions that have gone beyond 3D to spread more love, to allow the planet to go to the fourth dimension, the density, which is the density of love, heart chakra. So the planet itself is very deprived of love. So we get into these relationships, we begin to experience glimpses of that divine love, and then because it's such a beautiful experience that most of us have never experienced in our lives. Even our parents gave us very conditional love, right? So then we attach to it. We're like, wow, man, like I grew up in this ruthless world, but I'm experiencing this love with you. And then you begin to create the dependency on it, not realizing that that's actually ultimately the true nature of you, is this bliss. In Advaita Vedanta, they refer to it as unspeakable joy. They call it unspeakable. They call it Satchit Ananda, absolute knowledge, absolute existence, absolute bliss. Ananda means bliss. And they also describe it as indescribable, incomprehensible, unspeakable joy. That's the true nature of self. That's the true nature of you. So you're in a world that is completely deprived, that is designed to deprive you of any true experience of intrinsic joy, intrinsic bliss. So you experience that with a romantic partner, and then they become your refuge, because then you're still doing your thing in the world. You're going to the shitty job, you're dealing with assholes all day long, etc. But then there is that sweetheart, and when you're with that sweetheart, like, no, we're going into higher states here. We're going to experience love, etc., care, compassion, all that good stuff. So this is why the dependency is created. And so methinks, speaking on the behalf of cosmic love, I guess, I just trying to see it from the perspective of cosmic love here, that you have not yet, clearly, you have not yet embraced your presence as it is. You have not yet tapped fully into the inner part of you, which is love, which is bliss, which is truth, which is beauty. Consciousness equals love, equals truth, equals beauty, equals purity, etc. And you said it yourself. You know this. You know this. I mean, you know this. You said this feels like a test. This is, I feel like it was the big prank from the universe trying to break me. And that's pretty that's cosmic love being ruthless. That's exactly the proof to that statement. It also probably means that the cosmic love has been trying to show you this for some time, but you haven't exactly picked up on it. So they had to go a little bit a little bit more extreme on you, cosmic love. Like I remember I was reading this book. No, it wasn't even a book. It was actually an interview. They were interviewing this gentleman. His name is Joe Gallenberger, and he's a great man, and he's into teaches people how to do telekinesis, etc. And he said in his younger days, he got in a really serious motorbike accident that put him out of commission for some time, and he understood it at the time that the universe was trying to tell him to slow down, but he didn't get the memo, so they had to sort of do it in an extreme way. So he said after that, he talked to the universe. He said, "Okay, I got the memo. I got to slow down here in my life. Please next time go a little bit easier on me." And he said, he said ever since then he didn't have anything extreme like that happen to him. I can relate because if you can see here, I got pretty much a permanent scar on my wrist. Same thing. I got in a mountain biking accident that put me out of commission for like 7 months. In every way, it put me out of commission. No gym, nothing. And the universe was trying to tell me to slow down, but I wasn't listening. And so it needed to be a little bit hardcore. It needed to be a little bit hardcore at the time. And then yeah. So in the same way, I'm sure the universe has been speaking to you, telling you, look, you're still externally searching and seeking when it's all inside of you. You haven't yet made peace with your true essence, which is peace. So I guess you haven't gotten the memo, and now with something so drastic like that happening, I'm sure you got the memo. I'm sure you understand now that this is what I have to do. I have to just go deep within. Now, again, to acknowledge the current reality is the fact is you're heartbroken. You understand this intellectually, but you say, but man, I'm crying right now, like I'm heartbroken. I understand everything you just said. I perfectly understand, but what do I do now? I'm heartbroken, I'm crying, I'm heartbroken, I can't sleep, I can't think properly. It's such a shock. I loved her so much. I had all these, we probably had all kinds of stories in your head about, what we're gonna do in the future, where we're gonna live, etc. Right? You probably had, and now that's all what? That's all evaporating, right? And so that's such a big shock. So me thinks that you've got some grieving to do right now. You've got some releasing of emotions to do some for the time being, before you can comprehend the intellectual wisdom in this video and apply it. You first you must release the emotions. You must go through the grieving process for some time, probably for a little bit of time here, maybe, I don't know, it's gonna differ, but it seems like you're pretty heartbroken, so it may take you a couple of months, 3 months, who knows, right? The more hardcore you are about the process, in the sense that you just go full out, release the tears, just cry until basically you cry, it's like this. Let the tears come down as hard as possible until they just dry on their own, just like a waterfall that starts to flow in spring, and a few months later it's summer, it's a drought, it just stops. The waterfall stops. Same thing. Let the tears go down until they just stop. Just until they will stop. They will stop. Everything is always in a state of flux. They're not gonna go on forever. You will get over this. Okay, you will get it. Believe you will get over it. Okay, so, but again, you've got to let the waterfall flow until the waterfall, like all waterfalls, goes into a state of drought again. Okay, so once you do that, then you will be able to think clearly, because these tears now, they're gonna get stuck in your face. They're gonna get stuck in, you're gonna have tense face here. You're gonna get stuck in your shoulders. They're gonna get stuck in your body, in your belly. It's gonna obstruct your breathing patterns. You're not gonna breathe deeper. You're gonna breathe shallow. Right now, you're in a compromised state. If you cry and you let the tears go down for as many days, as many weeks, as many months as they need to go, then at some point you will have no more tears, just spontaneously, naturally, and then you will be able to think clearly, and then maybe come back to this video again and listen to it, and you'll be like, yeah, now I can actually apply what has been said here, because as far as I'm concerned right now, all this is irrelevant to your current situation. Well, not irrelevant, but inapplicable. Inapplicable because there's emotions to be dealt with first. Okay? This, for example, somebody watching this who maybe has gone through some of the grieving now, they're a little bit, maybe they broke up like a year ago or a few months ago. To them now, they'll watch this video and right away they'll apply it because they're more ready. But I think you have to deal with the emotions first. So definitely keep this video on your watch later list. Come back to it again, listen to it again in that state where there are no more tears, where you can actually breathe deeper and you actually release all this tension in the body and in the face, and then you'll be like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, what? Yeah, this makes sense. Yeah, clearly I was in a codependent relationship. Clearly this is the lesson. Clearly the universe has been telling me to, to sort of face that aloneness and stop escaping it in the form of this relationship and probably other things, right? And then that's hopefully when you can go within and meditate more and observe silence and begin to feel even elevated states of consciousness, and you'll get into fasting perhaps and other things that will bring you closer to this place, to this inner intrinsic joy, peace, harmony, fulfillment. That's what it is. It is a state of fulfillment. You can only be fulfilled by your own presence. Nothing externally will fulfill you. Not a relationship. Nothing will fulfill you ultimately. Everything external in the maya, in the illusion, in the dream state, is a bonus. Even I was thinking about it yesterday. I think I'll make a video on it next. Even the state of breatharianism, you don't actually need sun. You don't actually need anything within nature. You just need to go within. If you want to become a breatharian, you want to be fulfilled by your own essence, which is pure energy. So everything external, in the world of the five senses or the six senses, even thoughts, is a bonus. It's a play. It's a dance. It's never going to fulfill you. It's impossible. It's not going to fulfill you. And so, yeah. Hopefully this helps you. And yeah, thank you to the Patreons for your consistent support. You guys are awesome. And all the people who donate, make a one-time donations on PayPal. I love you guys so much. All the money goes towards the Off-Grid project, the ongoing project, which is still in the infancy stage. So if you'd like to support, maybe throw us a couple of bucks a month. That would be lovely of you. Otherwise, keep watching. The links are in the description. Saeed Mubaid at Instagram if you want to talk about anything or you got a video request or something or other. And until next time, may the force be with you.